Greetings, mortals. I am Nates, the ruler of the underworld, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 131, titled Looking for Hope. Yeah, I can see why the theories after this chapter are what they are. So yeah, anyways, we start with this chapter, and this chapter hopefully is gonna have a more organized structure to it, unlike the previous one where that seemed to be all over the place, by seeing Ironside and Pelgard without their armors. Now I'm not sure this is their casual attire because Pelgard wears that that kind of under armor kind of outfit, while Ironside has like this more regal attire. So I'm not sure if that's the too casual or if that's just what they wear underneath it. Fit for the few, couple times that we've saw them without their armors. But it doesn't really matter since we also have the narrator saying on top, clad in red and black armor, they serve the King of Chaos. As we see the two, okay, the two are weirdly enough look like comrades in arms. Like, I mean, I know that's was kind of implied with the way how they refer to each other in their first conversation, but it's kind of odd how they have like, all right, brother, let's go into this fight. Yes, brother. I mean, that's kind of the way they act. That's kind of like what I'm getting here from this panel. So it's kind of odd seeing the two being like this, especially in how the way Ironside and Pelgard's personalities don't really clash, and how those two are kind of like shown now. I do have to wonder if we're gonna get a flashback to their friendship or whatever you want to call it. Uh, so yeah. Anyways, we then cut to a what the mindfuck scene of Camelot or a random part of Camelot. I really do have to wonder if these are actual like some logic to how Camelot is structured, or if Nakaba is just randomly drawing everything just for the purpose of it's chaos, so we need to random shit. But regardless on what I'm going to assume is a bridge, uh, yeah, Ironside, Pelgot, and the other knight appear. Let's see where actually Ironside has his name right now. Milton Duff. Milton Duff. All right, I guess this is a. I don't. It's some wine. It does not matter. As we have them all appearing there, as then we see the Pelgot and Ironside removing their helmets as they're like, oh, hoof, oh, kind of weird. I don't know. Was it kind of weird? Both. I get Ironside, but I'm not certain why Pelgot is so like remove the armor thing. Maybe it's like because they didn't cast it and it's kind of not good for your body with helmets or something on. I was like, no. All I know is that the answer removes that, as then he chastises Miltondorf. Is like, Miltondorf, why did you do something as unnecessary as this? As Miltondorf, who, okay, I previously thought that he looked like a Chaos Knight that we've seen when they were like in that meeting room in the beginning of the story. But no, his armor is different. Like, he has like his helmet kind of looks as straight as a racer hat villain, but instead of like a racer hat, he has like more of a spike on top of it with a few little horns on top. Kind of generic design, honestly, with a few little holes for eyes. Well, lines for eyes. And yeah, as we have Miltadov responding to us, I'll be like, my apologies, but with how things went back there, as then we have them teleported away? I get, or I mean, okay, the ground that they're standing on is crumbling because this bridge is kind of like half-assly pushed together. So I'm going to assume this, maybe the land they were supposed to have taken from those people was villagers was actually supposed to have been taken here, so they would be able to put some solid structure together because it's all starting to crumble and decelerate. So I'm assuming this is gonna be something that's gonna be explained later. Although weird enough, the guy, three of them look like they have their helmets back on. Well, Ironside and Pelgat look like they have their helmets back on, but in next panel that we see them are without helmets. So I'm not entirely certain how this is. If there's some wait, how this chapter is put together structure wise just seems random, honestly. well, conspiracy theories about the art later. We have because now we have Pelgod responding to Einstein in a more calm manner, which is we finally see his face this time. Well, we've seen him again. We see him, but like it is the first time we see him remove his helmet after the whole Percival debacle. As Pelgod just tells Einstein, "Don't put the blame on him. I was the one who ordered the retreat." Which again kind of gives me the idea that Einstein and Pelgod are more connected, well, more friends than we give credit for, because despite Einstein being in the earshot of the Pelgod's order to Milton Duff, he still blamed Milton. He was angry at Milton Duff, and he's not just having Pelgod at all. As then we have Pelgod explained to Einstein, had we not withdrawn back then, you would have certainly died. As then we have Pelgod, Ironside looking up at Pelgod with still some blood on him and kind of sweating from the density. As Ironside tells him, "Are you saying I'm not powerful enough against the Saints? Don't underestimate me. Once I fight him once again, I will surely." As Milton Dove explains to us something that I'm just gonna call a face bomb, because yeah, I mean, I can't respond because unfortunately this doesn't have a specific name yet. It's probably gonna be. I'm assuming it's gonna get a name if series continue having this trope, this thing going on in the stories. But guys, I'll get into it right now. That as Milton explains to us. Milton says, "I'm afraid to say that despite us being ordered to not involve ourselves with them, I made use of my magic on Bon. As soon as he says that to Ironside, Ironside gets like, "What? You used your magic and it still ended the way it did?" As we have Balgot, yep, kind of face. I'm assuming, I'm not sure if he knew Miltonov used his magic. Maybe he like suspected it, but it's just kind of confirming it. So he's, yeah, the realization dawns on them as Miltov explains to us what his magic that caused Ironside to go in complete panic phase, like, what? As Miltov says, I used weakness to reduce his strength to the 10th of the original level. So the Ironside and Bond fight the Bond last chapter I thought, was dominating Ironside, but I still kind of give Ironside credit for because he seemed to have been semi able to. He didn't immediately get beat the shit out of was actually just him go up against one tenth. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this development because okay, one, this is supposed to be like the first like real idea of how four evils go against sins, and well, I think we've all agreed sins versus the four evils, sins dominate. Like maybe be all four evils against maybe the four evils can like semi fight back, but no, this confirms that full power sins still dominate four evils, and I'm not a big fan of it. It's kind of like when you really think about it, the characters are really getting beaten the shit off every time they have proper fights. So it's kind of disappointing the fact that the strongest Chaos Knights are getting beaten. And second thing that I should mention is like weakness is such a okay, this is clearly just a plot ability. Like this gives me Black Clover vibes, honestly, where the entire point is to make it sound badass. Like, well, I would just use this example. Oh, this guy, this form of magic makes you like so much stronger. No, this form of magic makes you so much stronger. You makes you so much stronger. This is kind of reminding me here with this guy with this weakness magic where apparently he can cut off like nine nine quarter not in out of 10 of your power. Like you can only fight with 1 out of 10, and yeah, this clearly just is there to hype because let's be straight up honest to ourselves. This is definitely not gonna be used to its full potential. Like we'll get into how this magic, this weakness, this really broken ability against anyone who isn't a sin. In fact, even it might be good against some of the weakest sins like the Yang Gopher for later, but this power is gonna be wasted. This is clearly just there to hype the sins off. And honestly, probably just to make everyone who hates Ironside laugh at him because how stupid he looks right now. But regardless, we have Ironside in complete terror of the organization, and he's like kind of denied right now, like impossible. Are you saying I was up against a legitimate monster? Again, the strength is kind of downing on him. Like he called Bar a monster last chapter as well, but this time it was like that was 1/10 of his strength. So yeah. As then we have Pelgar telling him the seven sins sure are fearsome. Finally, they're using the seven here since in the previous chapter they were just referring to them as deadly sins. So I guess they are aware of the legend, but it's kind of useless now. As then we have Pelgar telling Ironside, it's no wonder His Majesty is at a loss about them. He is? Wait. It's no wonder His Majesty is at a loss about them. Alright, this has to be some kind of translation error, right? This has to be, right? I'm not saying because I don't believe since Lavo is just part one of the story, the way Arthur was talking and referring to them made it sound like he doesn't view them as a threat, like he doesn't care. I mean, it's the reason why we've only found out that the four evils or chaos times have a run on site order on them a couple chapters ago. So it's kind of odd how we have him like Arthur does not know what to do about them. Like he is completely on the loss for what to do. Like it's kind of weird. It's just kind of. I mean, was there? I mean, I thought there was something planned or some kind of like something that Arthur doesn't want to send right now, but something that could solve it. But apparently, he doesn't know. Just kind of a weird thing, in all honesty. Anyways, then we cut. Then someone speaks saying, "Are you going to keep licking each other's wounds, losers? Don't speak like you're mighty and in Palgod unless if you actually beat the shit out of a sin, idiot." As then we have all the noticing this individual as Ironside and Ironside stands up. As we have Milton Dog be like, "You are Sir Bertolope, the Green Knight of the Four Evils." As we have Bertolope, we get a bit of a better side of him, and he of all the four evils, I would say this guy is definitely the most evil looking because not only does he have like this very, horn like helmet design that has like no expression of. I think he's the only one that has like no expression coming out of his face. But he also has like this mouth on his chest and he has like spikes on his feet, and his feet. Well, armor below, and he even seems to like more. I don't know if it's the artistic design or maybe he said also seems to have like more. Oh, actually, I think all chaos knight armor have like a bit more of a sharp edge to their fingers. So, but yeah, he's approaching. He also seems to be a swordsman. I mean, I'm not in sniper from him. He just has a blade or something that looks like the handle of a blade at his side. So maybe he uses something else, but I'm guessing it's probably gonna be a swordsman unless if he has something else. I kind of feel like he should have like a trident or something. I don't know. It just kind of would fit his more demonic look, especially with the Rickob cape. So yeah, this is how we get. Not so his name is Bartelope, the Green. Now a lot of people are gonna say that he's gonna fight Gawain because like a lot of people feel like there was gonna be one who's gonna be a green one, and this one, yeah, he's the green. But I kind of doubt that he'll fight Gawain. Like I could see them clashing, but I don't know if he's gonna be Gawain's opponent because apparently the story about Gawain versus a Green Knight has actually it's kind of like over dramatized in a lot of in a lot of like people who know Arthur's mythology. I don't know myself, but apparently the actual fight between Green Knight and Gawain was more like a friendly spot to see each other's chivalry rather than anything else. So I don't really know if this guy's gonna go against him or anything like that, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyways, we have also apparently the Bartelope is not the actual Green Knight that was in the story. I think it was someone on P. Again, I can't remember exactly. We'll wait and see if this guy shows up. But regardless, Bartolope is kind of a we'll see on where he is going in. But anyways, we have Bartolope kind of like moving a bit kind of jokingly, that type of villain movement where it's like, hey, kind of done for the ice. He's like, Ironside, the king is in a foul mood. It's in your interest to go to the castle at once. So yeah, he's kind of like teasing about it since Arthur's probably gonna punish Ironside for it, which I hope we get some, some information on why exactly why Arthur was so chill about it. Because again, like, it's just a weird thing right now because we end part one, it's like, oh, the four evils are here. We start part two with this, oh, how much Britannia's blood had to spoil for this new wonderful Camelot. But now we have it here where it's like, the four evils seem to be like jokes against sins, and it seems like even Arthur does not know what to do against them. But regardless, we have Bartolomé be like, I thought we were specifically to not get ourselves involved with the 70 sins. As I was like, are you trying to tell me you could hope to fight the sins on equal footing? So yeah, I'll get into a bit later about his personality and all that. I'll just get over the concessions here. As we then have Otto responding to us with, how about you give it a try, Greenhorn? Talking to Ironside, as I'm not sure exactly what Greenhorn means. Maybe we're gonna get expression later. Or maybe that's just like foreshadowing for the transformations or something. I'm not like certain because, Greenhorn is technically you, Bartolomé. As Ironside looks at him, like, what? Don't fight! As in, God responds to Ironside with, don't fight him! So I guess Bartolomé might be strong. This seems to suggest that Bartolomé is at least strong in Ironside. And if and considering how all over the place Ironside Pelgard, the way you kind of get the idea is like Ironside's stronger than Pelgard, but there's also some like, but you don't get like as bad. But Pelgard seems to have a better showings than Ironside does in the combat department, so it's kind of difficult to say. But by looks of things, it seems like Bartolomé is at least stronger than both of them, considering how panicky Pelgard of all people is about Bartolomé's strength. But at least it does seem to be lower than the Sins. Well, at least from what Ironside knows about Bartolomé. As then we have like Pelgard helping Ironside. Honestly, it's not even like a big bitch about it. Like he's kind of like, but like Pelgard puts as Ironside put his hand around his shoulder and is like carrying him. As Pelgard tells them, tells Bartolomé like, just let him say whatever he wants. We need. Well, he's kind of, telling on how to respond to Bartolomé like, just let him say whatever he wants. We need to tend to your injuries first. As like, Koof. As they were Matilda being like, excuse me, how about me? No one cares about you, Matilda. Just go, I don't know, go home, go on vacation or whatever. There's no reason for you to get involved. I mean, Ironside may need to report to Arthur, but you can just go. But unfortunately for Matildorf, Bartolome has a different order for him because Matildorf tells him, you go hunt down the remnants. Find any Knight of Prophecy or their comrades who have been infiltrating Camelot for 2 years and ambushing our counterattacking us and eliminate them no matter the means. As we didn't have Bartolome was just telling him, you are to product the wanted posters based on Alonte's visual information and notify all areas. I guess he's gonna go to the Daily Bugle, I guess, if he has to make wanted posters. Wait, why'd you guys just now make wanted posters? The wanted posters of the remnants of the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse and all that. As much the offer is like, understood. So yeah, let's talk about Bartolomé now. There were some theories that Bartolomé and Talisker are connected. This started when we got the armor shop because his armor looks similar to Talisker, as well as the fact that someone actually made a comparison of Talisker and Bartolomé's behavior, and it's similar, not the same, but you kind of get a similar kind of vibe towards it. Which I kind of see it, but it's kind of difficult. Like, again, Talisker was not really that. Maybe I have to reread the Talisker fight and the skirmish. but it's kind of but there seems to be somewhat a connection. If I had to guess, I would say that Bartolomé and Talisker might be brothers, because again, like I could see it. Like again, McDuff, like it's similar to Ironside and Mortlock, where the two are brothers-in-law. So I could see this kind of thing being with Bartolomé. We'll have to wait and see. Or maybe Mina Cobb just really liked Talisker, but he was so irrelevant, so he just kind of reused Talisker in some bits, just change it to be more like a big threat kind of character. Maybe that's what's going on, maybe that's the similarities, but we have to wait and see. I mean, I'm not even entirely certain if the whole golden armor on the Standard Knights was planned at that point, considering, Talisker is also referred to as Amber, and Talisker does not seem to be that much stronger than anyone like uh, Macduff or Mortlock. Even Multiduff here, I would say, might be strong considering the fact he was sent on the mission. So yeah. Now onto what I was referring to previously with Multiduff. His weakness, despite being so useful, is just gonna be used as a hype tool. Like, I can already see it. Like, he is gonna show up, his power is gonna be used. There's probably gonna be some making fun of it, but then he and whoever else of the Chaos Knights that's gonna be with him are just gonna be there to be fatherized. It's just a classic showing off of having a very broken ability, but it's just gonna serve to show how much more powerful the heroes are. Like, or the Guillotine and Friar and that main character perverted elf anime where she has like that scale ability that she created that allows her to control anyone whose mana is inferior to hers, and it's just used to show how much mana the main character has, just so they can make like a cool badass line. Oh yeah, this super powerful anime that's like one of the main demon sages. All that the main character had to do was show that she has superior mana, and then order her to kill herself. Like, it's gonna be one of those situations. I can totally see this guy being a failure to fall down this route. Or maybe not this arc, or maybe later. It really depends on when he gets a conflict, but we have to wait and see. I mean, the way he's kind of thrown around, I can totally he's probably gonna end up being that at some point. Anyways, then we cut to a random village in Camelot, as we have an old married couple there sitting. As the old man's like, the weather's nice today, old lady. As we have the lady respond with, indeed, old man, kind of got that snarky relationship. As then we have, um, as then we have the old man, I think, saying, I'm happy with everything here. It's as though you being that was all a dream. So I guess this couple has this lady, I guess, was burned alive. As this lady tells him, darling, you don't have to go anywhere ever again, okay? Just stay with me for a very long time, forever. As, yeah, we get kind of what the everyday life is in Camelot and what people who actually went to Camelot respond to views on things are. Which I do wonder if we've seen this guy in Britannia, but I'm not entirely certain. I think it's just a generic civilian, so honestly, it might have some resemblance to it. As there, the old man responding to her just with, yes, forever. As then we cut to the mountainside that's on with the village. As then we have like an older man and a little girl walking there. Don't worry, it's not that. As we have the little girl be like, my feet hurt, brother. As her brother also a little more. I'm sure once we pass the peak, we will be able to go to Britannia. As we have his little sister telling him, I want to live in Camelot forever. Do you dislike being with me, brother? So yeah, it's not as though these people who die always say they want to live in Camelot forever. Interesting. Offers magic, chaos, illusions, all those lovely emotional manipulation junk. As we have the brothers kneeling towards her, and he tells her, "No, I don't, because I could get to be with, No, I don't because I could get to be with you again. You who should be gone in the fire. Oh, isn't that a horrific image? As he was also, I really, really thank Lord Arthur, but our mom is waiting for us over in Britannia. As we have the little sister like, Mom? As he tells her, besides, there's something weird with this world. As he tells her, only I am aging up. And you keep the appearance from the day you died, as we get like a what the two were when before she died kind of appearance. As we see him as a slightly older big brother, well, slightly older as he is her big brother, but now she's the same size and everything. Which kind of makes me wonder how long this guy lived in Camelot, because this implies he lived here for like a couple of years at least. I'm like, okay, we've lived here for 3 years and you haven't aged a single day since you died. There may be something wrong here. As the little sister's like, am I weird? As she's starting to get teary eyed, as he tells her, no, but it's alright. A doctor will heal you. No, no, let's go. As he grips her hand and they move. It's very peculiar. Okay. So imagine that they have a mother, but she doesn't respond to her mother, and nor she's the one that really seems to act against it. At least in this chapter, as we have him be like, Huff, as they have him telling her, "We did it. We'll reach the summit." Interesting, he says that they'll heal. There's a doctor in Britannia that might be able to heal her, whatever is going on with her not aging. But yeah, anyways, we have this guy be like, no, don't look at the summit, be like, what the heck is this? As he knows what the portal is, as the portal is like, okay, it's not a portal in the clouds, but it's a portal on the bottom that's surrounded by clouds. There's a bunch of thunderstorm. It looks completely uninviting, and oh shit. As then we have someone behind the two being like, where are you going? Leaving this land behind? As we have this guy turning around, it's like, as we have a Chaos Knight riding a weird BDSM creature beast that honestly its head kind of reminds me of the armor that Bergie or whatever that Dark Talisman lady's chick wore. As we have this Chaos Knight also having a very weird helmet. A helmet that looks like it looks like a ghost face that it had before it died had its face stitched together and a bunch of boils all around it. I mean, it's not the weirdest design. Again, Berger's design is weird because of the whole ripped, uh, looking like it's supposed to like a hand's ripping a human's flesh off, but it's still kind of a weird design. As we have this guy saying, could it be that you're having doubts about this beautiful and ideal land? In that case, it is a grave breach of trust towards His Majesty Arthur. It's kind of like talking. I'm not sure he's trying to convince him to reconsider, or if he's just, just be kind of like, oh, pray, pray. Like, I was like, this guy's like a father, chaos knight, so it doesn't matter. But you have this guy just playing about, it's a holy night! As I guess before he's trying to respond, I guess he's trying to make a good case, but this guy Chaos Knight does not really give a shit because he just responds you will be dragged into the cauldron of Envine fine? Methodical name that can barely be pronounced and people are gonna go into war over. As he's saying like, you need to be given some education. Yes, I'm certain it's gonna be education, not indoctrination like the Democrats do. But anyways, then we see a little feather being in the air, as then we have the beast kind of going crazy, but raw. As in he's like whoa, and then he and the beast kind of get like sliced over, like not damaged, but like something's going on them. Makes me think it's this feather that someone is controlling that's slicing them, but I'm not entirely certain. As if this chaos knight turning around like, an enemy attack! Could it be the rumored dragons of the Knights of Prophecy? As they have the kind of just like staring at all the slicing. As then we have the Chaos Knight who also has like boils, although these look more like sea boils. All those like weird things that that are at the bottom of the sea, the things that are at the bottom of the sea. as they appear around, as he reveals that he has actually a whip user or a chain whip user. As he's like, yo ho ho! Why is he having a One Piece lifestyle now? As he's saying, very interesting! As then he swings his chain whip around all over the place. Then we have like someone flying in on a flying horse, as it kind of wraps around areas. As then it catches this person that's in completely cloaked. Alright, put your bets on who do you think this person gonna be revealed to be. As then we have like this very holy, majestic winged horse there. As then we have this Chaos Knight explaining to us that his magic is called Predator. My magic transforms things into savage beasts by granting them a temporary life. I guess that's what he used on his chain, as it's like kind of like hunt the individual and is slicing into it, the person as a beast would. As there's Chaos Knight saying, once my chain has caught its prey, it will never let go of it. I will slowly strangle it to death. It will slowly strangle it to death. As if this hooded person saying, the Cauldron of Enfine, a prison for people who hold doubts about Camelot, or deny it. If you don't mind, could you tell me its precise location and the method to break out of it? Why would that be allowed by any Chaos Knight? I guess maybe this guy is actually one of their prison wardens or something that he would know those details. As they have this guy be like, do you know what situation you are in right now? You don't have a right to ask me quack. As then we have this guy immediately being like sent to the floor as this creature he's grinding his eyes pop out like a slug as he's like right in the middle as he's being put straight through this creature and the wall causing like a little cave in as he's like boom as we have this person this whole individual it seems like he passed out as in the cloak this person war gets destroyed as then she says in the event of the target not answering my question or lying in answering it despite knowing the truth, they will be crushed to the ground. This is my magic. Interrogator. So yeah, I guess we finally got her magic name, proper magic name. As we see that it's actually Anne and she aged like fine wine, like most women in 7 cents age, because she, like Amanda speaking, she does actually age in a very unique way. Because I honestly did not when I just saw the Ross, I actually did not remember her. Thought this was her because of the design. Though I looked more into detail, and yeah, that is Anne. Although like Guinevere, she actually looked like she actually aged. I guess he maybe got more unique designs. Probably like one of those things where you start the series off with characters looking very similar to characters in the previous series, but then you just go into more their own designs after some time. As there we have this person stepping down. Well, we have Anger and going down with his horse. If it's a Van or a Mael, we already have to wait and see. Wait, was that Starosta? I know I know Trisha named a horse after one of them, but I'm not going to say this is Sylvan. As then we have Anne saying, "Are you okay?" As we have this guy that be like, "Thank you for saving us. Do you mind telling us your name?" As we have Anne be like, "Angelhard, Angalahat," and it's easier. As she says, "A member of the Nine of the Apocalypse, a member of the Nine Apocalypse Percival's troop." Which has been a platoon, but now I guess it's just a troop for some reason. Maybe it's just a translation thing. Again, there's a bit of a translation thing going on right now. There's just also the reason why this chapter came out a bit later. But yeah, we have a translation out. Then we have the narrator saying, "It has been 2 years. Anne, who grew up dependable with her magic interrogator as her weapon, appeared at last." So yeah, we have the first character, the main cast that's reappeared, that's Anne, which is a fine choice. I think it makes sense. As we have the title of the next chapter, which is the one who resists, and it's the end of the chapter. So I'm assuming no, there's some speculation at why Anne asked that. Like, is there maybe one of the chaos? Is it like one of her troop that's been captured? especially with all like the one who resists, which again kind of gets me the idea. Maybe we're gonna get another one next chapter, like maybe at Donnie, Nauseons, or someone like when they're into Camelot, despite the logic, despite any form of logic, and kind of got captured or something. Because Lancelot, from what we know, just went home and State is still there. And is here because and apparently they not, and apparently them all of them kind of still enter, leave, cause chaos and mischief because and the Arthur and the rest of the cast apparently cannot take that threat seriously or something. I don't know really. It still feels like they should remove that as they are, but yeah, we have them showing up. So yeah, so it's obvious that maybe someone was captured because why would she incur in the prison? I feel like it's probably like to break out the prisoner's sense. But I'm guessing the prison is either gonna be its own arc, or is it gonna be the place where we're gonna get all the like who's showing the cap some more powerful, and I'm assuming that it or maybe Mortaldorf is gonna be um fighting them later. Again, Mortaldorf and whatever group of characters he's gonna have are just gonna be used as like a showing of strength by characters. Like I'm probably Lancelot. I could already see someone who cuts you power from 110 of you. Lancelot, that sounds like a captor that will go up against Lancelot already. So we have to wait and see on that front. How if the prison breakout is gonna be the the big showing everyone's strength arc or not? Because again, like I can pretty easily capture this guy. Like he's unconscious on the floor. I mean, and he even has like a chain. Just like wait, would the chain get broken or they're just like yeah, the chain just seems to have like full unconscious deactivates magic and full unconscious. So she probably could just chain him, drag him, and they'll interrogate him there that way. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. And I'm assuming that she's gonna get this guy. I guess they've been using the portal in the demon realm, and if that's the case, I'm assuming Tristan is still in the demon realm with them, so he'll probably purify the brother. Not so than the sister, since it seems like the job of these reanimated people is to keep the people in Camelot or South Camelot, be a part of Camelot, never leave. So is she gonna turn to a Eldritch abomination that Anne is going to properly fight because the Chaos Knight was just there to Anne is back kind of deal. So we'll have to wait on that front how this is gonna go. But yeah, that's the end of the chapter. And I don't think there's a break next week, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts in this chapter in the comments below. Tell me what you think is going to happen in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. Goodbye.